Hello everyone and welcome to a day inside my classroom. My name is Miss Song and I am teaching kindergarten. As you can see, it is colorfully decorated with posters of the alphabet lining the walls as well as on the floor. And something that might have caught your eyes, we have bouncy balls instead of chairs to allow for free movement. To begin, I have some centers that I have, which are the Writing Center, the Library Center, Computer, and Puzzle Center. And some materials that you might find are books, computers, various puzzles, pencils. And for example, at the Library Center, they'll have various books to read, such as The Very Hungry Caterpillar, Bad Case of Stripes, and so much more. My environmental choices align with the developmental age of my students because, for example, at my writing center, they are writing sentences to tell a story and putting them in chronological order. This activity aligns with text for kindergarten because by doing this, it allows for them to express their feelings and put those feelings down onto paper. Some considerations that I might have to make to ensure the physical environment is inclusive is I could have stuffed toys or animals for a child who might need sensory support, or having a section where a child is sitting with their name labeled so that they know it's theirs. Also, having a visual schedule can help them to get into a nice routine. Alright, so I have my schedule on the left and I'm going to start off my class by assigning some of my students with different jobs. This can vary from line leader, a floor cleaner, door holder, and more. The jobs are always rotated so that everyone will get a chance to participate, and then I'll let them choose a book from the library to read quietly on their own. Morning meeting is a chance for the class to come together and share a little bit about what's going on in their lives. During this time, everyone gets to greet one another, play a game, and go through the plan for the day. Doing this really sets the class up for success and gets them pumped to start the day. During daily news, this is when I basically create a mini activity for the class to complete. For example, I might scramble up some words which they will then have to undo, or I might just have a simple math problem for them to complete, or have a combination of both plus some more. It touches on topics that we're currently learning. Okay, so now we have math centers in math, which is where they'll find activities such as purchasing apples by picking out a number card, which they will then match with the correct number of apples. This activity really helps them to get ready to transition into our math time for class. For snack time, the students will eat their snacks that they brought from home while I read them a story. Right now we're reading a story called The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. It's a story about a tree who loves a little boy who likes to play from the branches, eat the apples, and enjoys the company of the tree. At my literacy centers, there's a center where students complete sentences. This can be done, for example, by having the beginning of a sentence such as I like going to blank, and then they will fill it in with sentences as home, my friend's house, and more. Then we'll move on to language arts where they learn how to spell their names as well as sound out words for common things. During recess, my students have the time to finally just go outside and release all their energy. This is their free time to have fun and do what they'd like. After, we'll get ready for lunch and they'll have lunch in the cafeteria. They really enjoy this time of day as they're able to meet with their friends and refuel for the remainder of the day. Next, there's literacy centers again, and this time you can find another activity such as rhyme time, which is where the students are given 8 pictures, less or more, with things such as a cat, can, or fish, and then they'll match them with the correct words that rhyme, such as bat, pan, and dish, and here they practice their vital rhyming skills. During specials, each class gets a chance to rotate through art lessons, physical education, music lessons, and more. Today we're going to art lessons and utilizing water paint to paint houses. And then after they'll go to writer's workshop where they learn how to use verbs and how that can be applied to sentences. Now, moving on to science. Right now, they're learning about small ways that they can help the earth. For example, turning off the water when washing hands or brushing your teeth can help save a tremendous amount of water. Then for social studies, they'll learn about different jobs that people have as they get older, such as a firefighter, police officer, and more. Okay, so now to end the day, I have free choice and play centers, which I combine the two. So I let my students choose what center they would like to participate in. I have centers such as computers, reading, writing, blocks, and more. And then basically we'll finish up the day by singing the cleanup song, getting their backpacks ready, and their materials packed up to go home. My lesson is called All Around Us, and the topic is based on learning to be anti-bias. It corresponds to culture and text for kindergarten because they're learning about the culture of those around them. It's designed so that they're able to tell similarities and differences between people, such as clothing, food, and traditions. I'll have flashcards of children from different backgrounds where they'll sort what is alike and what is different. Okay, so the developmental domains that are being targeted are cognitive because it's helping the students learn about the world around them and they're taking in new knowledge. It's also targeting their social developmental domain as they're learning about people from different backgrounds and how we should learn to embrace the differences that we encounter and be accepting. The developmental benefits of the intended outcomes for this activity is that they are able to have an anti-bias approach to their peers in their classroom. It allows for a mindset where they will have a space where everyone feels included and appreciated. Every student should feel welcomed for their differences instead of being ashamed. Developmental learning theory that supports the purpose of this lesson is sociocultural theory. The reason for this is that due to the fact because it focuses on beliefs, traditions, and skills of those around us. It's important for the students as well as their family to be a part of children's learning to ensure their success. My activity can be connected to not having an inclusive classroom. It's inevitable as a teacher you will come across diversity. It's important to be sensitive to this rather than treat all students the exact same way. For example, a student may have been raised as seeing elders as authority figures, so it's important to keep that in mind and talk to them in a thoughtful and caring way.